Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. I am Sam Arce, also known as Broadway Sam, and I am elated, overjoyed, excited because I am here with our director, Lysa Fox from Lucky Stiff. First off, I want to say I hope everybody's safe, kind of dug themselves out of the frozen tundra of the snow that we got, the snowpocalypse,
yes.
the snowmageddon, the snowpocalypse. But we don't want that to stop you from coming to see our show, Lucky Stiff, on January 30th, which is happening this Friday. We're going to talk about it. And before we go into it, and Lysa and I are going to dig deep, I'm going to tell you a lot about Lysa. We're going to show you a little promo piece. So Scott, take it away.
Stiff is ridiculous.
Lucky Stiff is crazy.
Lucky Stiff is bananas.
Hilarious.
Rambunctious.
A romp.
It's just absolutely non-stop, fast-moving, hijinks.
Slamming doors. Great music.
There's so many big personalities that come out in Lucky Stiff. Everyone's fighting for the same thing. They don't know who is fighting against them. There are so many ridiculous circumstances that happen in this show.
It's just such an over-the-top farce, and there's so many funny characters. It's just, I think the audience is going to be delighted.
It's kind of fun for us to play something that crazy as actors, and I think it'll be fun for the audience to, nobody's going to walk out of Lucky Stiff thinking like, is there something deeper there? There isn't. There isn't.
Just absolute fun. It will fly by and just have you floating in the air when you leave.
Well, first off, Lysa, I want to say thank you for coming on. I know how busy you are. This has been an incredible journey bringing Lucky Stiff to ATI's Studio Theater. And I want to say I'm having so much fun. The whole cast is having so much fun.
Good. Me too.
You
I really
are
am.
an incredible director. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the cast. I'm saying that as a board member and, hearing the other cast members, your process, just watching the show from the first night when we were all came in, you welcomed everybody, and you made us feel so good as a family. For me, I don't have a lot to say because I'm, dead in the show.
May or may not be dead.
May or may not, yes. But it's just so incredible how you're pulling this all together in this time frame. So tell us about your process, because you've had to do a lot of prep work before you even got here.
Yeah, the process with the production team, meaning, sets, lights, costumes, all that starts several weeks before we ever see the cast, right? And getting all of our ducks in a row. But, I'm thank you for the lovely compliment. I love being in a rehearsal space. It's my happy place for sure. I love to create theater with other people. And that, I think, is the way that I go into it. This is not my show, it's our show, right? It's yours, it's mine, it's Tony's, the costume designer, it's our stage manager, everybody. It takes a village in a huge way.
Absolutely.
And I really love that, I certainly have my part to do, but everybody else has their part to do too. And it's this kind of amalgamation of everything coming together, this alchemy that we create that ends up being a show on Friday night. So certainly as you were talking about the weather, certainly put a little crimp in our situation, but even with that, everybody came in last night raring to go with a smile on their face. And as we were talking about before we aired, there's going to be a show that opens on Friday night. We're going to get there.
Yes.
And that's a part of the fun. I always think of tech as being on a zip line.
Yes.
And you just got to hang on.
That's right.
Right? And trust that process, and we will absolutely get there. And everybody is full steam ahead right now. So.
Well, I would say absolutely. So Saturday was incredible. But we had to pivot because Sunday we couldn't have rehearsal, and everybody pulled together. There is no I in teamwork.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
No I.
That's right.
And a special shout out to Kayla, our ACM, our assistant stage manager. She is incredible. She's everywhere.
She is everywhere back there because she has to be.
But her attitude,
Yeah.
she is like, I would say, our music calming effect, no matter what.
Yeah.
Always has a smile.
Yes.
And our stage manager,
Right? And who's been with us a week.
A week, yes.
1 week today,
Yes.
which she came in to replace somebody and just picked up the charge immediately.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
Out of New York.
Yeah.
In fact, she's two towns over from where I grew up.
Yes, she was saying
That's
that.
Right, that's
Yeah,
right.
she was sharing that with
yeah, that's
me.
right. We had so many mutual friends, and and she's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
she's great.
It's great, and so we're having lots of fun doing the work. Rehearsals went, just fantastically well last night. But, it's hard work.
It is hard. I talk about that all the time. Like, what we're doing is we're not sending, spaceships
it's
up.
not
We're
rocket
not doing
science.
heart surgery.
Nope.
But it's hard. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of attention to detail. It's
It
a
is.
lot of working together.
It's tough even playing dead.
Yeah, it is. It's. I remember talking about it that first night that you were there. It's like, don't forget to breathe.
Right, yeah.
Because it's tiring,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and thank heavens you have the sunglasses. And in
there's a
tech, there
character.
was a couple times in tech, I'm like, is he still with us? Is he taking a little snooze?
No.
No.
No, I was just stating character.
No, I know.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
part of the
you.
process. Yeah, I'm not method, guys. Look. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a fun experience, but I'm no prima donna.
Right.
I'm not. Nothing wrong to method actors, but for me, I just, you've got to get in the zone.
Yeah,
and
true.
Sometimes I'm like, are we in it? We're not in it. All right. Until you tell me break, I'm not breaking.
Right, that's
'cause
exactly right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like all the roles have their own challenges.
Yeah.
Jacob's, of course, is that he is in every scene. He has a dozen songs. He has a ton of dialogue, right? But as opposed to the ensemble where they play 5 or 6 characters, so that is costume changes and set changes,
Yes.
and that's a whole different kind of hard.
There is an incredible amount that goes into those different characters, and
Right.
it's been fun working with all the different actors. So like John and working with Josh,
Yeah.
and who has multiple character roles.
Right.
Nathalie, Hannah,
Yeah.
they have all these different things. But Jacob, and I had to say to Jacob last night, because it was interesting. We were talking, and I said to him, "You understand, Jacob? For me, you're making faces and things at me, and everyone, I've got to not break character. So sometimes you don't realize it. I've got to take myself into a place
Absolutely.
so that I'm not laughing because you're crazy." He says, "That makes me want to make you crack up more." He says, "Challenge accepted." So there are various times that you're saying, "Am I in a zone? Do I close my eyes and not close my eyes? Where are they whipping me around?"
Yeah, right.
It's so much
course.
fun.
Yeah.
And what's also great is being in tech, which is so different from just being in rehearsals. So now we're in costume. Now you introduce wigs,
Right.
quick changes and
Yes.
things,
Yeah.
and set pieces and growing. And
Yeah.
today will really, the work is going to
Absolutely,
be part of it.
yeah. We learned a lot last night in our,
Yes.
our first go around.
Yes.
There are miles to go before we sleep, as I say.
Oh, no, yeah.
Right, but we can see it now. I think everybody's like, okay, we're starting to understand how it's going to work, because it really does have to become, especially backstage, it has to become a machine back
Yes.
there. People have to be hitting their marks just as clearly backstage
Yes.
as they do on stage. And once we get that rhythm, and I can see it coming. You can kind of see that
it is coming.
You can see the steam, rolling up.
Well,
So-
you're very motivating that way, and I think all that good positive reinforcement has been very, very helpful, and it is part of the work.
I think anything that's hard, and again, like, it's called a play.
Yeah.
So it should be fun.
Right.
So I like to always find the joy in the exhaustion.
Right.
And I really do. I go, especially after a big tech night, even though my brain is like swimming. When I lay my head down on a pillow, I'm like, wow, that was a great day. And
I felt that way last night.
Yeah,
the
and
songs
that's-
were swirling in
Oh,
my
for
head.
sure, yeah.
They go on a loop. I have a loop. I was telling them that I have a loop in my head, and for each individual songs, because I'm visually, although I'm very observant, and on various things and what the actors do,
Yeah.
on how they make it when they were doing mic checks. so individual actors, without giving away of what they do and what their way they approach the scene. I was like, I know when Hannah sings, there's a certain thing she needs to do to get that character.
Yeah, right.
A certain foot movement
Yes,
that goes
isn't that
with it.
so great?
It is. And
That's part of the process,
it's
right?
part of the process.
And yeah, as you were saying, I of course have my process, but all of you have your process as well.
I love
right?
watching. I love watching it, and I
Yeah.
love being part of it and being amongst it. For me, it's a certain way I have to sit and
Yes.
put my body in to do it. So that takes me into the show. So the show is this funny, as the video showed, funny romp,
Yes.
craziness,
Crazy, yeah.
zany at times.
Yeah.
It takes you here, but then it goes there.
Right. A lot of twists and turns.
A lot of twists and turns. Just great acting by the whole cast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, phenomenal cast. Yeah.
And the relationship between Jacob and Logan, who play. So tell us a little bit about that, because because there's an arc in that, and
For sure, yeah. They start out very much as enemies, but it is a little bit of an older musical, so you see that those two are gonna get be
Something's
together
gonna
at the
happen.
end, right? But it's been they of course are very comfortable with each other because they actually date each other in real life, so that's kind of fun. But certainly the story is really told through the two of them, and you sort of see their arcs start to come together. But just the zaniness of the show, the whole setup of this guy having to take his dead uncle on this trip is one thing, but the very next scene, then Rita and Vinny are introduced, and that's our first turn, right? And that's in scene 3. So, and
Right.
it just doesn't stop, really.
Yes, and you've done some great blocking, and the way you have directed what we're doing to show this dream trip to Monte Carlo. It's funny, so you gotta come see the show.
Yes, blocking. Carol Warcell is, of course,
Yeah.
our choreographer.
Oh, gosh.
And she's a dream to work with. We see things very similarly, so that is very helpful when we talked about, as the choreographer, she's like, how are you seeing this? This is how I'm seeing it. It's like, yes,
You
exactly.
put that together so that the way you blocked, the way she choreographed, it went
Yep,
well.
it just kind of,
Yes.
yes, that's the goal. That's for
and
sure
and
the
then
goal.
having the band, as the music really came together,
Yeah.
it's really starting to gel. And
Yeah, this show has a ton of underscore.
Yeah.
That has to, that's not unusual in a musical, of course, but there's a lot of sections where it just has to line up just so. And that has taken a little bit of work, but Brandon Voss has been incredible that way. And just a really wonderful team. When everybody's in it to win it, you feel it. And it makes everyone's job easier, for sure.
The people that wrote this show are Tony Award winners.
Yes.
They have wrote some big shows.
Some huge shows.
Tell them some of the shows.
Well, actually, one of my favorite shows of all time, Ragtime.
Yep.
Yeah, that I
Which
was privileged to be able to
I'm
do.
telling you, is up on Broadway
Right now, Lincoln Center,
and has
yep.
a very, very, very good chance of being, well, it's certainly going to be nominated for Tony for Revival, and is one of the could be the winner of that Tony.
For sure,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's an incredible show. Quite poignant for the current times we're living in, and just the music is soaring and incredible. And this Lucky Stiff is one of their very early pieces, right? So, but also Once on This Island.
Also a Tony.
A Tony,
Yep.
yes, and a revival.
A revival.
And a revival that also won. Yes.
Yep. My friend Ken
Fantastic
Davenport.
music.
Ken Davenport was the producer of it.
Yeah,
And I had friends in the cast.
Yeah.
And I took friends to a backstage tour of it. It was with Alex Newell. It was a really fun experience.
Yeah. At Circle in the
It's
Square.
at Circle in the
Revival,
Square.
loved it.
Yeah, we were
with
back
all the
there.
live animals.
In fact, that
Yes.
was the thing, and we had a really, really great time. But again, the music in this. So when you really listen to it, the music is really, really good, and the
Yeah.
songs are memorable.
Yeah.
There's some I'll never get out of my head. again, being part of it.
Yeah, I think what I appreciate about Flaherty and Aaron's music is they really are great storytellers. Certainly, there's some pieces in this that are, there's not a song in it that's gonna be, we're gonna sing a little song for you. There's something to be found in everything, right? I mean, the whole first song sets everything up. The song is called "Something Funny's Going On." We're telling you right off the bat to be, looking close. But then the introduction of Harry and sort of his humdrum life, you feel that in the music, how they wrote it. And that a great composer is the basis for everything. A great story, no matter how great my cast is, no matter how great how hard we're all working, if we don't have that awesome story and great music to support it, it's sometimes hard to pull off.
Well, I have to say, I give so much kudos to Judy Fitzgerald and Darren Morell. When we were picking the show, I'm involved in the artistic committee, and we were picking the show in doing this and bringing this, because I think the community is going to really see us spreading our wings here and bringing something very funny and very whimsical and something just a little bit different. Jacob is an incredible, wonderful, and Logan is. Yeah. But then the young lady that plays Rita, tell him a little bit, because she.
Yeah. Well, again, it's in the script for sure. The two comic leads really in the show, Diana O'Halloran is playing Rita, and opposite of her brother Vinny is being played by Brent Mutter. And together they are
incredible,
golden. My first night of rehearsal with them, I remember, even on their first read of the scene in the song, I literally said to myself as the director I just went, stay out of their way.
Yep. Let them do their thing.
And they're going to be really magical.
I agree.
And it's a hilarious character, and she really has
She takes it right over the top.
She sure does. She sure does. And Brett too.
Yep.
That role is a little bit of a princess track. He's not on stage a ton, but every time he is on stage, man,
it is. It's a scene stealer.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's delightful, and they're just, I can tell they're having a great time together.
They are. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun with that
role
and watching that.
And I said that on the first day, that the gift of being able to play basically cartoon characters. They are that over the top. They're so huge. And we don't always get that in theater. We're asking to be grounded, to be, to find some realism. But not in this.
Nope.
Like there's nothing there that says, as long as we're tracking the story and we know what's happening, like I kept saying in rehearsal, swing for the fences.
That's right.
Swing for the fences. It can be big and bold as you want it.
Right.
And sometimes, as a director, you're like, if you have to push somebody forward, that's harder than pulling somebody back. But even I've never had to pull somebody back because that's
part
show.
Of theater. That's
right.
the show, right?
That's the show.
And you know what? I think people are coming to see a show where they really feel like that person's putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
And for all our audience members, again, this is a show, if you're coming to see, I know it's cold out, but if you want a couple of hours of great entertainment, enjoyable time, to just come out and say, wow, I've had an opportunity to laugh,
right,
to feel good, to just, check my troubles at the door.
Right. It's true. It's just like, I say in the director's notes, which was sort of weird to write for this piece, because again, it's meant for pure escapism, right? And that's one of the goals of theater. Different shows want different things from you, and this show wants you to laugh, wants you to just come in and have a good time.
It's one of the things I love most about theater and being part of the theater community, and my give back and being on the board of ATI is to provide that. And we are Broadway in your backyard. I say that all the time.
Absolutely.
And what I love about this show, just like when we did Young Frankenstein this show gives you that. We're going to be doing Sunset Boulevard, which is an incredible show our next show. I think with this show, you need that, especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think, comedy's well placed,
Especially this time of year.
Yes, this time of year, it can be kind of humdrummy.
There's a lot of things going on in the world, the
right.
economy.
And this snow has made everybody a little crazy, right? So if you need to get out of your house, you've been locked in your house, come spend a couple hours with us.
So, and again, I want to give some shout outs. So, first off, I want to thank all the people that support us. First one I want to thank is one of our sponsors who sponsored the show is Bruce Blumberg of Blumberg Wealth Management Company. They are one of our supporters, and we always like to spotlight them. And they actually underwritten our show. We have many, and we will highlight at our opening night all the people. But all the people that help put a show on. Meg and Brad Osborne. We have so many people that have supported us, and Meg and Associates. To put a show on, it's more than just ticket sales.
Yeah, for sure. I always think of it as an iceberg.
Yeah.
The audience comes and sees this little part sticking out, right? But what makes the show is everything underneath of it, which is huge and expansive.
So, how can you help? Well, first off, buy a ticket. Get a ticket. Come see a show. If you haven't seen a show at ATI, come. You're missing out. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, once you see an ATI show, you'll be back. You will be back. I mean, most people that once they start seeing shows at ATI start coming back, many just become season ticket holders. It's so much fun. These are professional actors. Mm-hmm. Many of them are Actors Equity Union, but they're professional actors. Everyone on that stage, except for moi, make a living at being
performers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, they may have little side, things, teaching and doing other things. And,
right.
But the key thing is they're doing what they love. Mm-hmm. And, when you do something that you love, it may be work, but it's something that you are so passionate about. For me, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be part of this organization, my give back. And when I had this opportunity to come out of kind of theater retirement after 40 years, because I used to do this, I jumped at the chance. Well, I'm rolling at the chance for this one. So for my friends that are out there in the real estate community, for all the people I know so many people out there, come, just take a look. Even if it's just to see me take a stab at this, you're going to have a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. You just come see my fellow friends and actors in the show to see what Lysa has put together with Carol and the rest of the creatives and these actors. It is just absolutely incredible. I am so humbled to be part of this. For me, I am a lucky stiff.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks so much, Sam. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
for sure.
We are having a lot of fun. We've got a long day.
We do, a couple long days.
Yeah,
woo!
We're going to be zipping out of here.
Yes.
She's going to be doing her director's hat because you not only do this, you're at Western Illinois.
Mm-hmm, Western Illinois University.
And you were teaching...
I taught a couple classes yesterday.
Yeah. And directed, and...
Yeah. I mean, a good chunk of my time is away from that right now.
Right.
But I had, put out a couple fires this morning. We talked about that. There were some emails that had attention to, have to split my focus a little bit.
That's me. Everybody knows I've been in real estate for now, and by June, 41 years. I'm with the FC Tucker Company. I love what I do. But, I couldn't help this if I didn't do that.
Right.
And we appreciate all the support of our community. So come
out.
Come to the theater. How do you get tickets? Again, January 30th is opening night. That's this Friday through February 15th. Tickets, you can get them at atistage.org or call 317-843-3800. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's that easy. And then you're going to get to see our wonderful show. You'll be a lucky stiff. And I'll tell you what, if you come after the show to the lobby, I'll come out as a stiff. I'll even take a picture with you, you know.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, great.
We'll have fun. With that, thank you so much for being
Thanks,
part
Sam.
of this.
This was lovely.
Oh,
Thank
yes,
you so
and
much. A
we
great
were-
way to start our day.
That's right. We've got a long day.
We do. We
you
do.
know, I'm going to run over there, get all stiffened, and I really appreciate you guys being here every week. Thanks for all your love and support to ATI, Actors Theater of Indiana, Broadway in your backyard.
Yes, thank
you,
you.
Lysa. And with that, we will see you hopefully at the show. See you next week. And I am Sam Arce, Broadway Sam, and Lysa Fox. We're out. See you next week, and see you at Lucky Stiff.